car. What transpired there?
There wasn't much talking. Just a lot of swinging. You know, just I don't know. I was racing hard there at the end with our Pennzoil Ford, and you know, Kyle and I usually race really well together. We usually never have any issues, and he tried to you know, pin me down into the corner underneath Brad, and we about crashed on entry. And then I was still trying to gather it up by the center, and I was going to spin out, so I'm trying to chase it up, and he was there. So yeah, obviously nothing intentional, but obviously he thinks that. So I don't know. We'll move on.
Any blows landed between the two of you?
None to me.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to the third race of the Miller Lite NASCAR Cup Series. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for today's race. And big storylines, row 1, Ryan Gregory wins his first pole of the season. That's a big step forward for that team that's been struggling for a long time. Joseph Nandaba, the winner of last week's Atlanta race, he starts 6th. Ace Coyote, the points leader, he'll start the race 15th. And that's pretty much, that's all the big points so far. Early in the season, so a lot of guys have a chance to turn it around. Now, to maybe recover if they had a bad first 2 weeks. One of those guys looking to recover, for sure, is Ryan Gregory. And Kyler Scott as well, trying to recover, but he does not have a good starting position as we go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Getting our camera skills ready for this race today. As the field rolls off the pit road, we're going to be taking the green flag here at Las Vegas. Some things to look out for. First, keep in mind behind the 2 car and the 14. Those were our 2 race winners this season, as well as the 15, Chase Coyote. He's the current points leader after finishes of 4th and 3rd at Daytona and Atlanta, and he's looking very strong to enter the season. Led the most laps at Atlanta. Ryan Gregory looking for a turnaround after a bad start to his season. Kyle Larson fan had a rough week at Atlanta last week. He's looking for a rebound, as did Sammy Alcedil, the 12 car, starting 5th. Pole sitter for the Daytona 500. Jarrett Holmes, Elon Solberg behind them. Hendrick off to a really bad start, with Giancarlo Arenda the only relevant driver for that team so far. So looking for an organization-wide rebound. Not getting it so far with Zach Stern all the way in the back. As the field comes to the green flag, and we are racing here at Las Vegas for the first time. Ryan Gregory will not lead a lap. That was Kyle Larson fan, KLF. He led the first lap. Here comes Ellis Adil, the 12 car. She's looking for the bottom, and she's got it. These cars, another thing to look out for, these cars stall out running side by side. So if someone can get free long enough to get into a corner with no one around them, they're going to take off. We'll see who the first person to break away like this is. It's not going to be Sammy. She's getting passed here by Jarrett Holmes, and here comes William James. 4th in points for the 10 car after a top 5 at Atlanta last week. He's going to go to the inside of Jared Holmes. Holmes up the track. He might not be able to lead this lap. I don't think he is. Coming to the line here, it's going to be just barely William James. That's going to be a good bonus point for that 10 car. Sitting 4th in points, he's not really worried about his chase situation so far, but again, it's only the first 2 weeks of the year so far that have been finished, and he has no idea how many points he's actually going to accrue. As here comes Luke Truex, he's going to get right about clear, and there's the points leader, Chase Coyote. He's going to try to get to the bottom right here of the 19 of Truex. Not going to happen. And there's Urenda, the 48, right behind him. And there's the first car to break away. Truex just takes off. These cars stall out really badly, running side by side, and Luke Truex has already built up almost a half a second lead. Not quite, it's about 0.3 of a second, but no one's breaking away behind him. Urenda just passed Chase Coyote, but now he's got Jesse King to his inside. Tyler Reddick right behind him. And meanwhile, Luke Truex has just checked out on the field. He'll lead his 2nd consecutive lap. Should go for a flyby right here. 2 wide almost all the way through the field, with everyone's favorite misspelling, Raven Dagan, heading up the field in last place. Almost 3 wide here. Well, they are going to be 3 wide. They're going to be 3 wide down the front stretch here. That's not something we see too much at Las Vegas. We saw a lot of that at Atlanta last week, where there were 3, almost 4 wide at points. But Las Vegas, a narrower track, you got it. Using the brakes a little bit more than they were at Atlanta, can't really go 3 wide. Which also means we're probably not going to see the wrecks that we saw at Atlanta. This is probably going to be a largely caution-free race. Guys just trying to get through. It's Rocky Boyd. Moves for a position on Tyler Reddick. He's going to take off now as he gets clear. And see if he can go run down the 19. Danger Adams is going to get clear as well. He did not take off as well. Still had a little bit of the side force taken off his car by 31. Jackson Nantel, Daytona 500 winner, he's going to try to pull away. Greg Servia in tow. Behind them, Kyle Buschman and Dustin Dietz on the bottom. Servia looks low on the 2 car. Not enough there. He's going to have to fall in line right here. They're going to be able to pull away from Kyle Buschman as the gap is still enormous from Luke Truex to Rocky Boyd, but it's coming down. That gap is decreasing. It was over a second. Now it's just to 9/10. Here's a pair of Chevrolets. Only one Chevy in the top 5. That's Danger Adams. Dietz and Kyle Buschman, they're fighting for 6th. And behind them, Natalie Decker trying to get clear for 8th. Not going to happen as Matt Idle tries to take the spot. And here comes Toad on the bottom. Toad is having a really rough start to the season. Finishes at 30th and 31st. Looking for a solid run today to make up some points. Try to get back into the top 30 points. Meanwhile, Matt Idle has had a quietly solid start to the season. He finishes 13th and 9th, led a couple laps at Atlanta. And there's Kyler Scott, the 22 car. This is going to be a big outing for the 2022 if this holds up, because that 22 car has had absolutely no luck at all. Finishes of 26th and 38th to start the year. Not exactly how you want to start the year, but currently in the top 10. It's going to be a solid points day, as Rocky Boyd's been moved up the track by Danger Adams, who's caught him. And now Jackson Nantel and Servia have also caught the 17. They're going to move him up the track, and they're going to get by him. As Danger Adams, he's going to look to chase down 19 of Luke Truex. Dewey, 13, chasing close behind Servia. We'll take a look at the onboard cam for the 19 car. Fairly good lead. Not a lot. That lead is shrunken a lot. It's now just about 0.3 of a second. Two Chevrolets now in the top 5, with 2 Fords and a Toyota leading. Here's Matt Idle, the 8. He's looking for position on Kyle Busch fan. Probably gonna get it, and he does. Here comes Toad, the 34 car. Natalie Decker moving up the field as well. That's a pass on Casey Mears, 27. Underneath him is Chase Elliott, 9. Front Row Motorsports with a strong start so far. 2 cars in the top 10, and the third just barely outside. Up front, Danger Adams has caught Luke Truex. See if he can do something with this. Dirty air has definitely appeared to be an advantage when trying to run fast laps. But in terms of trying to make a pass and defending position, I think clean air is going to be king. And if you want to ask me the physics of how that works, I don't know as we go through the field here. There's Solberg in the back. He's trying to make up spots. Jared Holmes trapped on the outside. Last week's winner, Canty, stuck in the back now. Dagan trying to make moves. As Danger Adams has not been able to make a pass on Luke Truex, who has now been dominating this race. He's led basically from lap 3 on. "17 laps led for the 19 car. Jackson Nantel on the move. The 2 car is going to try to make a pass here. Daytona 500 winner. Led the most laps 2 weeks ago. Only finished 19th at Atlanta, but looking to rebuild his momentum this week. Off to a strong start, running 3rd. He's within striking distance of Luke Truex if he can get around Danger Adams. But the problem is, the longer these 3 guys run nose to tail like this, there's a chance for Greg Servia, Dustin Dietz to get in on this fight. It's the field again. Blaster 3-2-1 in last place now. Here's a move for 2nd. We take a look at the onboard cam of Jackson Nantel. He's going to clear him down the front stretch, and Serbia is going to get underneath him. Now watch. Watch how much the 2 car is going to pull away here. That's just how bad the side force is. When you get inside someone, you're going to pass them. But you lose so much side force, and you lose a ton of ground to the car in front of you as well. And now, it's the 2 and the 19. Serbia the 3rd. Dustin's gonna follow. Rocky Boyd looking to crack back into the top 5 after falling from 2nd. Danger Adams not giving up with that fight. Up front, Luke Truex continues to dominate. Jackson Nantel trying to chase him. Clean Air's King still can't do anything with that 19 car. Back here we see Natalie Decker trying to make a pass on Tyler Scott. Oh, contact! Contact! They're in the wall! They're in the wall! Decker has put Kyler Scott in the wall! And Dustin Dietz just slowed down Idle, Adams, and Toad. I don't know if that was gamesmanship being played, but that's not the story. The story. Natalie Decker just put Kyler Scott in the wall. Greg Servia was the only one who leads the cars that stayed out. He's going to pit this lap. Servia gets that crucial bonus point for leading a lap. Take no points for granted as Decker leads the rest of the field in. Luke Truex and Jackson Nantel lead side by side. It's a big stop by Jackson Nantel's crew to get him out that close to the 19. And he might be able to make a look at a pass here. He's all over the bumper and he's all the way to the inside. This is undoubtedly going to bring Diet Dewey in, but that pass was for the lead. Or once it cycles around, it'll be for the lead. And here they come now, around Servia. Where is Servia going to end up? He's going to settle in 4th. So we go through the field. Raven Dagan, a huge pit stop. That'll get him further up in the field. Hendrick continues their irrelevant performances, and Kyler Scott, undeserved in last place. That's such a tough break. There was nowhere for him to go on that, and get put in the wall and ruin a potential top 10 race. That just sucks. As Dustin Dietz goes for 2nd on Luke Truex. Boy, now that Truex doesn't have the clean air, he does not look as good as he was in the beginning of this race. When he took the lead, he looked nearly unstoppable. Now he's falling back. Now he's going to fall to the clutches of Serbia as he desperately tries to run the 13 down. Truex looks low. Don't think he'll be able to get a look, and no, he doesn't. Potts back in line, but he's right on the bumper. Wow, I can't believe he's not even looking. It's that close. Might cost him now because Servia's on his back bumper. Single file up front. No changes so far. Who's going to be the first in this group of 3 to pull out? Too close together. Someone's got to do it. Ooh, Truex took a low line to block Servia. Servia was going to make a move. Truex with an aggressive block. Tyler Scott up in front of them, not a factor yet. Servia to the bottom. Let's see if he can hold position. He can. He's going to dive into turn 1 with position on Luke Truex. And he'll take the 3rd position. Not quite there yet. Truex coming back on the high side. Should have it out of coming through 3. Now, and yes he does. Servia to 3rd. But again, it's now a huge gap between Dustin Dietz in second place and Servia. Built up by just that inability to run these cars fast side by side. The cars just stall out in that kind of air. Go through another flyby of the field. I love this camera angle. This camera angle is amazing. I know we're going to it a lot, but it's just because it's that good. As lead change, Dustin Dietz is going to move up in front of Jackson Nantel. Servia looks to the bottom, and here's a crossover. Crossover move. Can Nantel still lead this lap? 2 wide for the lead. 2 cars right behind. Nantel leads the lap. Servia to 2nd. Nantel pulls away because I-Force came off Servia. He's still side by side with the 13. Now to battle side by side for 3rd. Dietz will lose that. He'll fall back a little bit as well. And there's a move by Truex. He's going to try to take 2nd back. Truex was the dominant car of the day, but when he fell behind Nantel, he seemed to lose a lot of his speed, but now he seems to have some of it back at least, or at least the car's coming back to him. Made some good long-run adjustments, I guess. And Jackson Nantel is just pulling away. Servia not giving up. That's not helping anyone, including himself, because he's going to lose the spots. The question is, how quick and painless does he want to make it? He's going to fall a little bit back here. They're side by side again up front. These guys got to work together to catch Nantel, who's checking out on them. He's not even close. He's over a 2nd ahead. Pass mostly complete. And here's Servia. He's right back in this now. Smart enough not to take it 3 wide. He might still be able to pass Dietz in this corner anyway. And the longer they battle like this, the more chance Kyle Busch fan has of getting in the mix. And Servia takes 2nd. Not quite. Dustin's still trying to make a move on the outside. No one's been able to make the outside work just yet. Greg Servia now to second. These three are going to try to run down the two of Jackson Nantel, who's been running away with it in the second half of this race. Kyle Busch fan now is sniffing the draft off of Dustin Dietz. He'll be able to get in this race. He's getting a big waft of the draft. He'll be in there in a second now. There's the gap from 1 and 2 from Greg Servia's on board. 36 running hard, trying to catch him. Might have a chance. We'll see what happens in the waning laps of this race. And Dustin has made a move on Truex. He'll take third, and it's likely that Kyle Busch fan will be able to take fourth behind him. Servia is now on his own. These two are gone. Gap steadily declining between the two. Nantel still has a comfortable lead for now. Well, you take a look from the onboard camera, that gap is definitely shrinking. Servia doesn't even have a whiff of the draft yet. When he gets that, he's going to be right there. Oh, he's closing up big time. Ton of time made up that time on Nantel. Couple of tenths. Servia's there. It's a battle for the lead in the last laps of the race. Take a look at the field. We fly by. Some guys having some disappointing nights. Jared Holmes, Sammy Ellison Thiel, not having good days. As we're coming to lap 49. And it's a quarter of a second between 36 and 2. Dustin Dietz, Kyle Busch fan in the back, racing for third and fourth. And Chase Elliott 9 has gotten around the 19. Luke Truex has dropped to 9th, now 10th, on lap 50. Matt Idle, unbelievably, the 8 car, after struggling with Dustin Dietz getting onto pit road, he's back up to 6th. That's an incredible run by this 8 car to have the resilience to get through that and still run top 6. That's outstanding. Almost as outstanding as this battle for the win's going to be. Servia all over Nantel now, putting a ton of pressure on him. When is he going to make his move? He looks low here. Don't think he's got enough there. No, he doesn't. He tucks back in line. Coming to 2 laps to go. Ooh, he ran a high line. I don't think that'll help. It might help a little. He might get some momentum. That tiny little big may have given him some momentum. And he's going to look to the low side here. Does he have a spot underneath him? He does! Nantel up the track. Here they come to the white flag. 1 lap to go at Las Vegas, and Greg Servia has taken the lead. Greg Servia in the 36 Tunity Mustang has overtaken Jackson Nantel's Team Penske Mustang. Here they come through 3 and 4 for the final time. As they come out of 4, Nantel is not going to have enough And Greg Servia is going to win at Vegas. Jackson Nantel will end up second. Dustin Dietz will be third. Kyle Busch does end up fourth. Chase Elliott 9 is fifth. Matt Idle is sixth. Cannon 5 is seventh. Is That Jones Boy is eighth in the Toyota Cares car. Caden Bishop in the Toyota Cares car. Luke Truex unfortunately falls to 32nd. And Giancarlo Arenda is still the only relevant Hendrick car with his second top 20 of the year, a 19th place finish. So, that will conclude today's race, as now we look at race finishing results. We will look at them more clearly. Servia wins the race, caution-free, despite an incident between Natalie Decker and Kyler Scott. Race speed 181.3 miles per hour, which is really, really fast. Margin of victory, an eighth of a second. And we look through the finishing results now. We will look more closely at them coming up shortly. But Greg Servia wins at Vegas. He comes up clutch on the last lap and punches his ticket to the chase for the Cup. As here are our results. Greg Servia actually takes over the points lead, with Jackson Nantel second, right behind him by 1 point. Matt Idle, his second straight top 10 to get into the third in points, and Is That Jones Boy in eighth. Caden Bishop, his second straight top 10 after a horrible Daytona showing, and Luke Truex does not lead the most laps. Nantel does. Raven Dagan finishing 13th, another strong run. He's at 10th in points. Casey Mears runs out the top 15. Giancarlo Arenda, the best Hendrick car, is in 19th. That's the only headline right there. Joseph Nandaba cannot continue his Atlanta momentum with a 21st place finish. Neither can Chase Coyote. Zach Stern's 25th place finish is the best of his career. KLF, another here. Really wanted him to do well. Ryan Newman finishes 29th. William James in 30th. Not what he wanted after restarting this race fourth in points. Busher, everyone back here just had a bad day. Just did not run well at all. Especially Ryan Gregory and Kyler Scott, who came into this race 38th and 39th in points. They leave 39th and 40th. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to these videos, and check us out.